Plaintiff Corinne Boatwright dated the defendant's brother for 8 years, and the defendant was like a big sister to her. Corinne claims the defendant agreed to store her property, but after Corinne and her ex broke up, the defendant sold her belongings, so she's suing. Defendant Ashley Wade says she thought things between her and Corinne were good, until Corinne posted about her on social media and then blocked Ashley.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I've known Ashley growing up. I dated her brother for about 8 years, and I really looked at her like a big sister. We took trips together. She gave me advice on becoming a new mother. She gave me tips on making memories with my son.
How old were you when you became a mother?
21. So just last year. He just turned a year old in July.
Good.
I'm really actually hurt that we're standing here in front of you today because I felt like we had a good relationship. I felt like she was the big sister I never had really growing up. And
You still with her brother?
no.
What are you talking about? You don't know why.
No.
Why you act like you confused about was I really don't know why we're here?
No, I know why.
I'm telling you why you're here.
I know
You're with
why.
her brother.
No. Yeah, we had an altercation back in the summertime and we're not together anymore.
Yeah, and then neither of y'all when that happens.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So you all have gotten along all these years,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've never fallen out during those times,
Not to this extent.
and you only fell out over this issue
Yes.
in the last
this did.
year or so?
Yes.
She never got involved in your relationship prior to you breaking up.
I mean, she's given us advice. She's told us
Okay.
each when we were wrong. So, yeah.
All right, let me hear from you.
When her and my brother got into it, I made it very clear, like, I'm not in you guys' mess. You know, I still love you. And she ended up making a Facebook post about me about a month afterward. So I had on some shorts. Now, I have teenage daughters, and we're all the same size. So, you know, when clothes get washed, I'm wearing whatever. So I thought they were my daughters, and apparently they were hers. She made the post and said, not my brother's, or not my baby daddy's sister has my stuff on. And I was really surprised because we hadn't had any falling out, or, you know, she didn't hit me up and say that we had any
You
problems.
have that post in your evidence? What page?
Page 11.
That is odd if you all haven't fallen out. Laugh my, girl, give me my clothes back.
Actually, Your Honor, she
You
made a...
say, I am appalled. I just knew I wasn't going to see half my SH. What? Why you post this?
Because, well, after the altercation, that post was after the altercation we had already had. She was actually already upset with me because after June 5th, when everything happened, she thought that I had got into it with her mother when she came to my mom's house, and that didn't happen. So she had already let me know she was upset with me.
And so what did she do to you again?
Well, she texted me and she called my aunt and she said that I had put my hands on her mom, and I wasn't even there when that happened.
Oh, and so that's why you did this?
Well, no, I was upset because I reached out to her daughter because after that, I didn't think that we were on communicating terms. So I reached out to her daughter and I asked her if I can get my things and everything. She told me she would get them together, and, well, she said she would let me know. And she never reached back out, and then that's when I seen that she had my things on.
Anything else about that other than that? This is the first real issue you've had with her when your brother broke up with her?
Yeah, she would often, when they would get into it, she would just block everybody. And it's been back and forth.
Good. Maybe if she has a temper problem, that's what she should do.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, let me hear from you, young lady.
Well, like I said,
return property, how everything went about.
Well, okay, so on June 5th, we had got into an argument because I found out he was talking to other females, and so he had got upset, and we got into a physical altercation. On May 29th, I was in between apartments, and I spoke with Ashley, and we had an agreement that I could store my stuff there because it was the weekend of Memorial Day.
You didn't live there? You just stored your things there?
Right. I mean, I would come stay the night and stuff because I had my son and his dad. So we had an agreement that I could store my property there because it was Memorial Day weekend and there was no storage units open. and I paid her to store it there. And on June 5th, we had got into an altercation, and he basically told me I had to leave. So I thought that me and Ashley were still okay because she did assure me that everything was still safe there and that I didn't have to leave technically. We did have text messages and stuff, and she told me that all my things were safe. And then after, that was June 5th. June 7th is when her mom and my ex came to my parents' house over some belongings he said I had and I didn't have them. She was upset because she thought I had touched her mom and I didn't, because I wasn't even there. It was only my parents at their house. And so July 14th, my friend told me that she drove past because she lives in the area, and she seen all my belongings outside in a garage sale, basically my whole apartment. So I did call the police to escort me there because I was waiting to get my belongings when I had a protection order. So I was waiting until that case was like closed, not closed, but I was waiting until that court date to be able to get my things from her house because I had it against her brother, and he's there, so I didn't want to go there and cause any problems.
No, you get a third party.
Right. So I called.
You didn't want to do that.
I mean, what do you?
You get a third party to pick your things up if
Yeah.
there's a restraining order.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of that.
You never ask, how can I get my things? You never showed concern for all these things you're suing her for?
The day that I got my protection order, they told me that I should wait until the protection order hearing because
Who told you that?
the police department.
For the hearing?
Yes, they told me that I should wait for the hearing to call them back to go get my belongings from there. I'm really actually hurt that we're standing here in front of you today because I felt like we had a good relationship. I felt like she was the big sister I never had really growing up. And
You still with her brother?
no.
What are you talking about? You don't know why. I really don't know why we're here.
No, I know
Really,
why.
I'm telling you why you're here.
I know
You're with
why.
her brother.
No. Yeah, we had an altercation back in the summertime and we're not together anymore.
Yeah, and then neither of y'all when that happens.
Defendant Ashley Wade is being sued by her brother's ex, who claims after the two of them broke up, Ashley sold her belongings in a garage sale.
You blocked them from June to July?
No, sir. I didn't have her blocked from that time because I was waiting to see if she would reach, like,
When did you have her blocked from?
I had her blocked after the fact that she had already made that status. I blocked her on Facebook, not text messages, because that's how we're communicating about my belongings.
You were communicating by text regarding your belongings?
Yes.
Okay, and obviously you have some text that you want to show me that
I
you
do.
sent between June 5th and July 14th. What
Right.
page?
No, so after, the only communication that we had was through that, like after June 5th when this altercation happened, the only communication me and her had was through the Facebook post when she had posted one back.
You didn't ask, can I get my things?
No, I hadn't
Why
reached
not?
out to them because I had a protection order against her brother.
So you couldn't call her and say, I need to get my things?
I could have, but I was under the impression that she was still upset because she was accusing me of touching her mother and I didn't touch her.
So why did you wait a month and a half to reach out about your things? First you just told me it's because you had a restraining order. Well, it wasn't against her. You could
Right.
call and talk to her about how to get your things. That's when you all could have worked out a third party to come and get them. And then you say there was another reason you didn't reach out to her because you thought she was angry. But then suddenly a month and a half, you figured she wasn't. You didn't call her, though. You waited until you saw it on the street.
I didn't go to her house physically. My friend called me and FaceTimed me and showed me my things that were on in the
And
yard.
that's the point.
Right.
For a month and a half, you never reached out to her.
Okay.
Why?
Because
If you're suing now for things that you never even followed up on for a month and a half. Show me a communication where you said, give me my things after June 10th even. One communication.
I don't have any text
I
messages
know you
in
don't.
the
Your
evidence.
claim is dismissed. She had every right to get it out of her place. A month and a half of not hearing from you one bit. You left your things there to July 14th, and you're upset because she put them out because she's not going to take it up in her house. Claim is dismissed.
No hard feelings. I still have love for her. She has my nephew. I love my nephew to death. So, I mean, you know, I don't trust her anymore. But other than that, there's no hard feelings. It's not a big deal.
I don't have anything to say.